Hello everyone. Um I am sitting here on in my grandparents' backyard and I just finished my walk for today. Went about almost 8/10 of a mile in about 11 minutes. So not super fast but not bad. Probably more than that. But it's been crazy around here lately, especially with the whole debate going on. Yeah, so the debate, this was the first time I've ever watched a debate, and I'm not a particular person who cares much for politics because it just seems to me like it's a cat fight everywhere you look. Everybody's against everybody, and nobody agrees with anybody. So there's pretty much no fun for me to watch politics. But I've got to say, for the first couple minutes of the debate last night, or actually 2 nights ago now, it was really comical. Like I could get a excuse me. I could get a bag of popcorn and just sit there and eat and laugh at what they were saying. Because at first it seemed more like jabbing at each other just to get each of them riled up. But as it continued on, it just got so worse and worse and worse, and it just got so bad. It Politics doesn't make me happy to begin with, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody act as childish as what I saw in the debate. I don't vote because I'm not into politics, so I don't really know what really is going on in the world unless I actually look for it. But seeing how you know who I'm talking about, but seeing how he acted, Trump, in that debate, if I was ever going to vote for him, I'm definitely not voting for him now. I've never registered to vote, and I still haven't, but one of the reasons I haven't before is because the last election I was too young for it, but now that I'm old enough, it just hasn't seemed like a really big deal to me. But seeing how that whole debate was about, and it was just constant jabs and kicking below the belt on Biden, makes me want to vote for Biden just in hopes that Trump doesn't go back to office. I don't think he's been the worst president we've ever had, but I certainly don't want to see him act like that and retain his office position. Because you're, you're over 70. Act like an adult, please. I was actually pretty proud of Biden because he held his own quite a lot. And a lot of people have made mention of that because basically everyone has said that was what Trump was going to do, try to distract Biden and make it look like he has some sort of mental illness or he doesn't remember as well or make him snap. And he really didn't. He kept his cool, but to me it seemed like there was a certain point in time where Trump had enough and he just snapped and was unleashing pretty deep insults on people, especially Biden and his son. And that to me is just that's just wrong. Specifically with the whole thing about talking about someone and making really bad judgments based on what someone had happened to their lives, like mental illness. For me personally, mental illness is pretty dang serious because I've had it pretty much throughout my life, and had it not been for some people, I don't know if I would be here. There's a reason why people take mental illnesses so seriously. It's because they really are that serious. Now, a lot of the nation just doesn't understand, or is either too ignorant to understand how bad mental illnesses are. And what Donald Trump said made it seem like he's one of those people who's just being ignorant because it hasn't happened to him. But when I was talking to my grandmother, I made a point saying that Biden has gone through this personally because he's had a son that committed suicide. And if you're any frame in the right mind, there is no way you would ever want your child to die by suicide or die because the mental torture he was having was just too much for him to handle. But, at the same time, there's all kinds of people who are just going to make harsh judgments because either they don't care, they don't know the facts, or it just hasn't happened to them. I can assure you, if half the people out there who will make these sort of judgments had something like alcoholism or rape or being gay or even mental illness or all kinds of things like that, if they had someone they loved, a friend or a family member that they had and was going through that, I think I can assure you they would change their opinion on it. It's just a shame that the world we live in is the way it is, because we have 2 adults who are over 70 basically in a catfight when the whole thing is just supposed to be a debate. They were debating, but neither of them were being very nice about it, especially Trump. And I have seen a bunch of posts on Facebook saying about how Chris Wallace and whatnot, he was injecting himself into the debate too with his own opinions and his own criteria, and he repeated over and over again that he was not supposed to do that. Well, I don't think he was supposed to do that, but he did anyway. He was doing a good job of trying to keep them calm, but I could clearly see that he was siding more with Biden because Trump would interrupt and then he would talk down to Trump, but sometimes Biden would interrupt and he wouldn't. Usually if there was something Trump was saying, whether true, false, or factual, he would interrupt Trump and let Biden talk. But if Biden was interrupting Trump when Trump was talking, Wallace didn't stop him. Goodness. I don't watch politics, but I don't think I have ever been more disappointed in the leaders of our country than I was when I watched the debate. Because that was just an absolute train wreck. There's nothing else I can say about it. It was just complete trash. It was bedlam. It was hilarious for some things, but other things to me were very serious, and I really don't appreciate either side by the way they acted. Act like adults. If you can act like an adult, you might have a more civilized conversation. Everyone has different opinions, and that's completely fine. But if you're gonna change your opinion to suddenly start personally attacking someone just because you can, that's not good. That is not in any way the Christian way we are taught to do. I don't know if either of them are proclaimed Christians or even know about God, but have some common decency. There is not any reason for you to act like a child when you're talking to your competitor or in a debate with someone, or someone just disagrees with what you say, or just acting like a child to act like a child. It's just wrong. So this has definitely sort of turned into a debate rant, and I'm sorry, but this is just I was dumbfounded when I watched that whole thing. I watched from start to finish. First time I've ever done that, and I don't think I ever want to watch another one. If it's gonna be like that, I don't want any part in it. And I definitely think a lot of people don't want a part in it from now on, because of what happened. It was just complete chaos and stupidity from everyone. What else can you do? At least they're trying to make changes to the debate to make it more civilized, but I can assure you, if they were to cut off Trump's mic, he's just gonna start yelling. And what's that gonna do? You're not gonna escape someone who's gonna rant and rave about what they're doing and what they're not doing, or their opinions, or their criticisms. It's gonna happen again, I can assure you that. I don't think it matters how much improvements they do, it's gonna be like this again. So, what else can you say? I definitely think I should vote, because I see now more than ever that sometimes you need to vote just to the hope you can get someone else in office who might be less of a child. I'm definitely going to have to think about it for a little bit, because I didn't particularly want to vote for either of them, but I would rather vote for someone who I know will handle himself better than put someone back in office who's going to act like a complete child and treat their opponents like crap. That's just not okay to me. And so, I'll just deal with whatever happens, I guess. I don't think one vote is going to change the outcome of very many things, but one vote can definitely help. If one person votes, and then another person votes who wasn't, and then another, and another, and another, you'll eventually get to the point where your votes do make a difference. I'm definitely going to figure out what to do about this election. I don't have a lot of time anymore, but I can still sign up. So, completely chaotic. I can't imagine how many family debates there were all over the world after that. I'm sure a lot of heartache has come from it, especially the closer you are to any of the families that were participating in the debate, like the Biden family, or the Trump family, or the Wallace family. It's just, what else can you say? There's not much else I can say. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox for now. I think we're getting close to my end of time here before I head back home to Virginia. But I have really enjoyed my stay here. It's been really fun, even though there have been some interesting debates going on in the family. So I'm definitely not sure if I'm gonna go through Linville and do any videos, because I'm not sure if they would allow me to take videos of, say, like the train depot down there, or Soda Pop Junction, or any other place around here. But it's definitely something for the future, especially when this channel gets a little bigger, and when I come back here, because in the future I'll be able to do better edits and better videos. So there's that. On the way home, I'll definitely do a couple panoramic shots of just the travel home. So look forward to that. I'll see you all in the next video. And on the flip side, take care of yourself in this crazy world. And peace.